Welcome back, everybody. Mousesports versus Gamers2.Kinguin continuing now in the CEVO-MLG Season 8 Pro League European coverage. Myself, Helium, and Dust, our visitor from North America. Not that I
You're
don't
North
live in
American too.
It's
Like,
not
come
that
on.
it's not, it's the
I get it.
mentality. It's not
I
the
get
fact
it.
that I live here. It's the fact that I'm a European caster.
Oh, okay. I get it. I get it, man. Your superiority complex.
Yeah, correct.
You're becoming one of them.
I am one of them. Next, trying to... Oh, never mind. I thought that was the new pistol for some reason, but that's still just the, whatever, the thing with the eye. I won't even try to read that word. Still 5v5. Some damage exchange there at middle, but Kinguin have worked themselves up the catwalk, and there's going to be Nico from Car trying to stop this. Doesn't even get one, actually. Maybe he took some damage. Chris J did find one from his lower position. This is a very awkward battle, taking a lot longer than you'd expect. Makalele now just saying, you know what? I'm bored. I'm going to jump off this. I'm going to shoot someone in the face. And that person was next. But look at Dennis rotating. Beautiful kill onto Flusher. We saw Dennis with some nice 1-digs over there on Cash. So they still didn't win those rounds. Still, they were nice. Put him in his highlight video. Gombi gonna save that kit. And a flash. The value.
Yeah, so Kaylin go ahead and just rocking the pistol around there. We see pretty much everyone getting a piece, except for Dennis, who went down without one. But other than that, it was Kinguin, just sweeping the A-bomb site here. Gombi, I guess, just hoping to save the kit. I mean, that can be useful next round for sure. $400 expense that you won't have to worry about if he retains it. Looks like he will be able to do that, and now we just have to see what Mousesports wants to invest here. I mean, do they want to get a scout out on the Chris J? Do they want to, upgrade their pistols here, the 5.7s, which is very, very common. It seems like they are going to go ahead and get a couple of your pistols, and yeah, there you have it. Chris J does pick up the
crash?
scout.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, okay, you're good.
It just started going, when the sound starts looping on the buy, it was like,
You're like, uh-oh.
And it went from like 11 seconds to 4 seconds. So, I've lost some time. I'm never going to get back. Kind of concerned. But we got one, no, just one SMG actually. It's just that the Tech 9 is bigger than SMGs for some reason. Silhouette. Like that in itself. Look at Dennis though with that 5.7 bringing down Flush. The MP7 will strike, and now the deagle from Nico. Mousesports on the CT forces by. Will it work out? It evens up as Rain brings down Nico. Chris J, Scout J we'll call him right now, with the blood in the water. You can jumping Scout, of course, but much easier to punish these days. I think he spotted the elbow. Does land a shot onto that man in the sight, but Rain quickly finding two. Chris J with a headshot onto Fox, but shot in the back. And Rain, once again, making it rain out those 4Ks.
He saved the day there a little bit. I mean, Chris J made that a little bit dangerous whenever he got that actual body shot there on the jumping Scout maneuver and caught a headshot on the long A rotation as well. Plus, we had those couple of pistol kills. I mean, Mousesports were starting to challenge there a little bit, but then Rain, making a good maneuver to get off the platform and go towards Cat and catch Chris J in the back. That kind of just, made sure that no shenanigans happened and that they got the 2-0 start. Now the third round should be easy. I mean, Mousesports have nothing invested into this, so they should be able to clean this up pretty handedly. And there you already see a quick couple of frags.
Yeah, very blind man at long going down. And looks like Kinguin trying to keep everyone to survive. Rain being that recon player, he's so willing to do that, right? You saw him pull off a 4K with an AK in the last round, and here he just goes straight on him. I think he drops the AK, pulls out this MAC-10, is willing to run around and find those pistols. Does only get $600. Fox will go down. And that's Kinguin with a 3-0 start. But here we go into the rifle rounds. Not going to be the strongest of rifles. Might actually lack a kit here.
Chris J also has to decide between glass cannoning with the op or getting an M4 and utility. And he will glass cannon with the op and just the USB and nothing else. And he will come over here towards mid to start with. Looks like he might try to take a battle here with Makalele, which is holding an angle, looking for someone to cross to the right side of mid. Now, yeah, no one's crossing though. I mean, no one's going to give him that battle.
Yeah, I mean, play CT spawn, pretty safe position. Maybe even slide over. Is he going to go up to Car? Yeah, right on the corner. He's got Nico holding long, but that puts a bit of a responsibility. Oh, sorry, no, there's another man in the pit. That makes more sense now. Gombi down there. But Gombi has a bit of a responsibility the way that they're set up on A. Although this is quite common. Make sure that pit player has to get a kill.
Yeah, but Nico in a really bad position to have any type of support on this type of mid to B hit. Yeah, and now they have 1B and 1 outside B. So now it's even just like putting themselves in 1v X situations where they're going to be at a disadvantage. And that just leads to them getting crushed. And I think that just boils down to Nico not really being in a position to assist mid at all. And that's going to happen. Like, Next just either needs to play inside B with his teammate there and just press B tunnels together. or they need to both play outside of B, you know, get rid of the mid attack and just like focus on retaking B later. Like you can't split your forces at B, one in and one out. Like it just doesn't work out that way.
All right. I don't know. I thought for a second, Dennis, like even after the player, you know, outside B, helping out with middle went down, I thought that Dennis trying to get aggressive, going through the tunnels, trying to be spontaneous, was maybe going to catch one, maybe two. But
yeah,
I mean that quick op shot from Makalele was insane.
Just imagine if Next would have been inside B with him and they pushed that together. You know what I mean? Like then you probably trade out the B tunnels. You get to leave at least one CT inside B tunnels for later for the retake. And it's just a better situation all around. So I just think it's better to double up at B, whether you want to choose to dedicate inside the side or give it up. You can't split up, especially whenever your support, which was Nico, is way far away.
I like insight or back plat, and then you put the other player in the B double doors, like watching tunnels as well. But then if mid gets called from the player at CT, which in this case I think was Nico, right? Like then
Nico was behind two smokes, right? Like he was behind the smoke that was thrown off Cat plus the smoke, the normal mid to B smoke. So he had two smokes in front of him blocking his vision, the mid. So
that was also some of the problem. Like we saw Chris slide over to Car, and then Nico also went up to Car. So no one was even in the CT to try to maybe start that crossfire out in middle. So it was easy mid control for T1, although they did put down some good smokes to facilitate that control. But here we go. Nico, last man up. Got an AK, got a Deagle, he's got a Dream. The man, I mean, he is Nico. Juanico. You can see the name of the Deagle very nicely down there, but won't find any flashy headshots. He goes down, unable to save anything at Gamers 2. Once again here, out to a really nice start.
Yep.
5-0.
You know, I mean, this is something I've noticed with Mousesports a lot when I've watched some of their Dust 2 demos, even though it is a little bit different now that they have Nico instead of Speedy, so that changes things up a bit on how they play. But they are a team that leaves mid open a lot on the CT side, kind of like what you saw in that round that they lost. And we know mid to B can be one of the biggest thorns in the CT side on this map. So hopefully they'll be able to make some adjustments here, because Gamers 2 can keep abusing that, it would be major. But look at this cat aggression from Mousesports, and Nico picks up Flesha right away. So changing things up on the A side of the map and finding an early pick. Wow, this just happening all across the map. It's so fast.
I've kind of roughly been keeping like a head count of the Nico versus Flesha exchanges. I'm pretty sure Nico has won almost all of them. It's actually pretty funny. Let's go to speak. I mean, we saw that 1v3 on Cash earlier on the B site where Nico came in. Then he had a 1v1 after killing 2 people, and it was against Flesha. He wins that. He kills Flesha here first on Cat. Killed Flesha many times through the squeaky door onto A site when he was a terrorist on Cash. Like, Nico he's insane.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely doing good things. He was definitely a big pickup for this team. People have been calling for Nico to be a part of the team for quite a long time. It was always some type of language barrier issue.
Sort of was on the team for a while too, right?
Yeah, but then there was language issue when God became in the call. They wanted an all-German team. That's when they really brought in, Speedy and Dennis and Next from Penta. And now I think whenever you lose enough, like getting eliminated from the group stages of the last major in a big way, it's like, okay, we want to win more than we want to worry about language barriers. Yeah, and so that's kind of been the decision here.
I knew Next was my favorite player for many reasons. Going for the AUG here, which is getting a lot of talk these days. Like, ooh, AUG after the M4 nerf, is it the new weapon? Still a bit expensive, and now $200 more than all the M4s since the A1S went down in price, so it makes it a little more notably expensive. It is pretty good, but it is still, unless you have the barrel poking through their head, it's still not going to be a one-shot kill.
Yeah, now again, Gamers 2.Kinguin being able to expose this mid to B, despite the fact they suffered an early opening pick and won a 4v5, they again are able to make this mid to B work. This is now the second time they've done that. Yeah, it's just chilling up there above the wall, man.
King of the castle.
I mean, no one really needs it. They're actually double opping now. They picked up the double op setup. That's actually an expensive round because Dennis and Chris J both picked up ops that round, and they both went down with only Dennis getting 1 frag out of it. And of course, the money bonus on the op is not the same. It's only $100, right? So
that's crazy.
That's a really expensive investment. I didn't get him much out of it. In fact, that's the only player that Gamers 2 lost was that one pick Dennis got early on, and then other than that, they just throw him through the round.
Well, they looked really good on the one round that Mousesports did win, but not able to chain anything together, and that's always very rough for the CT side. Even still, like, they had max loss bonus, they won their 1 round, kept everyone alive, so with that being sort of the history of the match, it does leave enough in the tank for them to pull out another rifle round, albeit a pretty weak one, and Flusha making it even weaker, and Rain as well, as they've already taken out Chris J, and then Nex. That's been rough. Dennis moving in, almost hits a no-scope to the man, playing in Wedge. Now backing off the car and into the closet, it looks like. Dennis still trying to shut down middle, but Flusha and Rain, they've got each other's backs. I thought I was watching Rainbow Six there for a second out there at middle.
Yeah, so I mean, now you're looking at this game here. Gamers 2 off to a great start here on Dust 2 when they're about to get themselves their 7th round here. Things are looking a bit tough. I mean, this map is one of the maps where you can see terrorists usually get more rounds on the T side than CT side. I mean, that is the thing. But it's not that crazy T side or anything like that. Like, it's one of the most balanced maps in the rotation, in my opinion, for opportunities on either side of the map. And Mousesports, they need to find some more out of this.
Yeah, and while we have time, let's go over our CSGO Lounge match odds, just because we didn't mention it in the first one. It's actually Mousesports with only 36% here, and Gamers 2, even after sort of Scream leaving the roster, although Gamers 2 has been bringing in very strong stand-ins, and Olaf Meister, Flusha, and even Palf played very well for them. Palf's actually someone I'd like to see on the team for real.
And the thing is, the Flusha stand-in announcement got published on Twitter pretty quickly. I think people caught on pretty quickly, so people were able to adjust their bets accordingly. So that probably plays into it.
Yeah, so
I think it would have been
G2,
different the other way.
36 to Mouse, and I would have expected Gamers to be favored. Maybe 60-40, so I guess there's not too much percentages going either way because of the Flusha announcement. But either way, there you go. And this, I mean, it might be that tactical pause, right? They've lost a lot of rounds. Gamers 2 is up to 7. They don't want them to storm away and take this half into the double digits because it is Dust 2 after all. Mousesports here will be able to talk a little bit about maybe what they want to do stacking up on this eco, but probably more so discuss how they were going to adjust into the next rifle round, which would be round 10. And maybe even a little further since you have some more time, right? I mean, a lot of people that don't play CS competitively don't realize, like, when you start losing, there's not really too much time that you have allotted to like actually call a complex strat, and that's why you see the power of the pause. When you actually take 2 minutes to formulate a strat, like, suddenly your strat's a lot better, right?
I mean, this is just turning into a tough half here for Mousesports. Their CT sides and rough. They're even taking a pause here. I got to assume this is tactical, even though I like tactical pauses before you go into a buy rather than like when you're on a save, because you can almost use the save as kind of a pseudo timeout.
They could do both. They could tactical pause into Swedish Eco. I could have one hell of a strat in round 10.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if they use this time plus the whole eco round with the pistols,
or they could be
a sound problem.
Like
it's not even it's apparently not even a tactical. Apparently, Chris J said they're having sound issues.
No, it's that tactical. They're saying they hear they're having sound problems, so that Kinguin doesn't expect.
That's the thing. We never
pause.
know, right? Like, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
like,
right.
I don't think teams would be that scummy, but you know. I mean, you can't hold it past them, but I'm not going to call anybody out on it. But it is one of those things that you can't really enforce.
Puppy pause.
Like you can on land, right? You can tell whether it's a tactical issue or, you know, an equipment issue. So
that's why as a player, you just punch your monitor. Like, oh, we got to pause. Monitor broke. But, you know, whatever. It's unenforceable. I'm not really too bothered by it. I like the pauses. I'd even not mind more pauses if you could, like... It's rough, though, because, of course, like, someone drops, you're not going to not let a team pause when, you know, you can avoid playing around 4v5, because that would just be silly. Everyone's going to be, you know, more than likely a good enough sport to allow that. Not quite German, Makalele, but...
Pretty close.
Yeah.
I think it might have been Dutch, maybe.
Anyway. Yeah, maybe, yeah.
We are going to see Mousesports here taking the unpause now. They sorted out their issues. And we're just trying to figure out, I mean, obviously this round Mousesports isn't going to be able to do much. They're right, they can't buy anything, so Kinguin probably goes up to 8 here pretty quickly. But really, they just need to make some type of adjustment on dealing with this mid-to-B split. It's been killing them. I'm not sure what the appropriate response really is. I mean, they could try some different things, but it's definitely giving them a huge problem.
Next is Secret Agent, man. 007. That hurts.
Oh, man.
That hurts to see.
I tried to make that joke in NA, and Ben Silly gave me a hard time.
What do you mean?
The 007 joke.
Why did it give you a hard time?
I don't know. I didn't like it.
Oh. I mean, it's kind of a call-out when, I mean, we know that kills are not what makes, you know, like, CS, but it is worth pointing out that Nex, the previous superstar, the kind of secondary star now that Nico has come on, has 0 kills. Not a good sign. and that's more so why we pointed out. But it is always fun to bring up.
He's also
the
been
James
one of the
Bond.
guys playing towards that B side of the map that Kinguin has
been getting split on,
exposing.
yeah.
So that is a big part of it. I think the other defender over on that side of the map is Dennis, right? He's got 4. So yeah, I mean that's 2 of the guys on the team that are struggling the most, and it's also the area of the map that's getting abused the most right now. Chris J picks up an auto shotgun.
Yes.
What?
That's an adjustment. Where's he going? Where's he going? They've crossed. Flusha, you know, not even going to shoot. I feel like he probably could have got one of them. Dennis will bring down Nico, and that's over at long. Chris J moving up, and okay, so I thought maybe there were very severe sound issues.
I thought they were thinking about pushing the auto shotgun like up close on long, aiming the 2 rifles back to help with the B split or something. Yeah,
there's a mid to B split. Gamers 2 getting confident. They're like, you know what? Let's not bother with smokes. And now Nex is actually causing him a bit of a problem. He's going to find 2. Dennis is still not looking this way? I mean, I know that there's a player on the other side, but that was just...
I guess he was hoping Michael Lilly had picked that up. I mean, Michael Lilly was inside the window and checking the B bomb site, so I guess he figured his back should be clear with Michael Lilly sitting in window the whole time. So someone must have slipped through and caught him off guard there. Now got beat in a 1 versus 2. The bomb is down. He catches Michael Lilly in lower B tunnels. Now it's a 1v1 versus Flusha. Flusha with the op here. Gonna peek out with the Tech 9 instead. He has a good chance to catch him here. He catches him with a nade out. Still doesn't quite get him, but does finish it off in the end. So finally, Mousesports get themselves around.
Flusha.
Yeah, he was tossing everything, man.
All right, well, nice. Well, I would say nice shot onto Makalele from Gob B. The Flusha kill is maybe a little easy because Flusha seemed to really want to flush him out with nades. That was kind of weird. And also, the whole round was weird. One, the auto shotgun just seemed strange. Yes, there were sound problems, but we would have expected them to, you know, formulated a decent strat. Thought the auto sniper was going to be like actually planned to be something next level. Then as soon as someone goes down, he just switches out for the Colt, and then Kinguin decides to split B and just not use any smokes for some reason. That was weird. But oh my God, Rain! Someone locked that man up. He's a criminal.
Yeah, I mean, G2 could come back and reset Mousesports' money right away here, which would be
Triple
absolutely
ops.
devastating. Yeah, the triple op is certainly weird. You kind of see that maybe towards the end of the half, just picking doors when you pick up a rifle later on. But I mean, Gamers too. I mean, they're rallying a pretty good T side here. Maybe they're getting a bit confident. But look at this push from Chris J and company at mid. They get the bomb down at the bottom of Xbox, and he even catches Flusha. What the heck?
Sick. He jumped up on the corner of the box where you can do the quicker jump on a catwalk and hit the op shot when he landed, which
wow, that's nuts.
Is actually really insane.
Yeah,
that jump is not. It's a non-trivial jump, right? Like you actually do kind of have to focus on that, and then to hit that jump and land the shot, like that's insanity. And Rain, is this how he got his name? Because that's the second kill we've seen him jump off of something, land, and have it hit an instant headshot.
He smoked himself off from the bomb. Actually, he's running out of time, so he forced himself through it. And Nico just takes care of him. So Mousesports avoids the money reset. They also don't have to rebuy a whole lot, but they still do have pretty low money. So they're still in a situation where a loss is very, very dangerous. But Kinguin doesn't really have enough money to punish that right now. So they should be able to get back on track is kind of the point, because Kinguin is going to be on a save here. They should get the 4th round. They should do so cleanly and build up a bit of bank going forward.
Some strange rounds from Gamers 2 Kinguin though. That just like reeked of overconfidence. Just kind of playing really loose, right? Like a weird mid to B split with most smokes, followed up by a triple, maybe even quad op round where they just walked up middle. I guess you wouldn't want to smoke middle because you want to hit your op shots, but still, you're not playing extremely serious if you go for triple ops on the T side. If anything, you can go for 2 on Dust 2, but even that starts to get a bit greedy. 3 is just sanity.
Yeah, I almost wonder if someone misbought there or something like that, or maybe like someone saved an op from the previous round and then they still bought 2 for some odd reason. It could have been something weird like a notification, but yeah, that was certainly odd. Yeah, I mean, Chris J does get 1. He's able to back off in the pit as well. So, I mean, Mousesports are going to concede a bomb plan here most likely, but they should still be able to retake and win the round.
Like the 5 Deagles. This is at the real 2004, straight up here from Gamers 2 Kinguin, just rolling out with the Deagles. If you guys haven't seen that frag video, you should check it out. And here come the headshots. The headshot parade. The Deagle is the first float. And there you go.
Round to lose if you're
How do they win that?
Well, I mean, Mousesports did give up the site. I mean, Chris J did spot like 5 people crossing cat. They had 1 inside pit. CT spawn rotation was a bit off, so Chris J's forced to fall back after he tagged someone with the op in the pit. So that guarantees Gamers to the bomb plant. Now you have to close the distance to retake, and the Gamers too. I mean, they hit some nice deagle shots, though. In reality, that was just kind of the big thing. They were always able to stay a man ahead there, despite the fact that the CT rotation came in, did catch a couple of people cat with the M4s. It was still just some nice shots there with those deagles, and that hurts a lot, because now Mousesports is forced to take a 4 spot here. That's going to give Kinguin a chance to just get it up to 10 rounds, and they reset Mousesports' money when their money was already quite low, and they're going to save again next round as well if this doesn't work out. So this could turn out to be a really big half for Gamers too.
Yeah, even with a few silly rounds, actually winning that one. The all deagle cat though, that's super old school. Don't see much in Ghost. The deagle is not really seen much use in the recent months, honestly. Like kind of the French school of thought, right? Just Envious and Titan just using those all deagle rounds. I guess coming back, you know, they were source players,
I think
right?
you
So
always had
Deagos.
your particular players who like to use it no matter what. Like there were certain players like on NIP and certain NA teams, players had certain guys that wanted to use the deagle no matter what. Ever since the deagle, I mean, the deagle did get like a slight buff, like a pretty long time ago.
Yeah,
and
which is
ever
probably
since
when it started happening.
Yeah, but now with the hitboxing, like, people are even more confident in it. And yeah, I mean, Mousesports are just in a such tough economic spot here, having to take the double save basically. That's to 11, it looks like. And like I said, while this map is one that does lead to pretty good terrace has usually, this is too much.
Yeah. Well, 11-4, and there's a glimmer of hope. 12-3, and it's certainly over at that point. Let's see what they can do.
Pistol.
Chris J does pull out that scout, which you never really.
The 5 ops.
Yeah, the 5 ops. Let's
Poor
actually
Nex. Poor Nex and
I don't
Dennis.
even
They
care
have
about
to
the kills they're about to get. I just want to see what other guns are on the ground. Are they sticking with the 5 ops, or we got an M4, an AK, and another M4 down? So it'll end up being 2 ops, unless no, they don't even care. They're not even picking those guns back up. 4 ops. The disrespect. Well, Flush just died, but yeah.
But Michael Lilly just like brute force through B tunnels close range with the op against the rifles. You know,
did that once earlier to Dennis.
Yeah, that's insane.
Wow.
That's a little bit rough. And
BM.
yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Like, I know people were like really upset about the whole Flusha thing, but I don't think that has any type of factor in this when you're losing 3-12. I mean, I think there's more going on there. And
Nico's been killing Flusha like every time they meet each other, anyways.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Rain. Rain's 20-9, and he top fragged on the first map too. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I also feel like they just made a couple of mistakes in how they were defending against that mid to B split. Just like Nex and Dennis playing separate rather than together in a site where you really have to play together. A couple of times early on in the half really hurt, I feel like, as well. And now at this point, I mean, Kinguin are up 12-3. They're just wreaking havoc on Mousesports. I think they've just done too much damage.
I think this could have been even worse, too.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Mousesports could play this into a closer game, especially if they can get pistol. I mean, like I said, this is a map where T's are a bit favored, I think. So I think they still could close the gap a bit, but I think it's going to be too tall of a task to come back from this type of deficit.
I would agree. I mean, of course, the pistol round can change that a little bit. Maybe make the comeback feel real for a moment, but look at this. 5 armor, 2 people pushing straight up mid. They'll find Gob B. Flusha's already taken down Dennis. Gob B will now pop out and take down Flusha. Dennis goes down as well.
Nice.
So Mousesports looking good here on the pistols so far. Thought that aggression was going to work out for Kinguin, but then it started to get subdued by, well, blocks and flashes. Max, another one, takes Rain out of that headshot box position. Now it's just Fox. That's fine, too.
Yeah, I mean,
still alive for Mousesports, and they win the round.
This really boiled down to being able to catch that double push aggression at mid and only lose 1 player to it. Traded out Flusha pretty quickly. Also, Nico was able to push out double doors mid and catch another quick kill on a mid player. And that pretty much broke down the round there in favor of Mousesports. So now they start to try to climb out of this hole they've dug for themselves, but they still do have to go up against a little bit of a 4 spy here from Kinguin. There's a scout and some deagles and such in play. So this is still a little bit of a hurdle they have to get past, you know? Like, this is still a threat that's going to be posed against them here. As Flusha has eaten a pretty good bit of damage here with the scout already. So Mousesports so far dealing with this okay.
Yeah, I wonder if he wants to maybe swap that scout to somebody else. Because no tags came out, right? Like, you want to get that scout, you want to put the blood in the water, and there's one. Dennis will get jump scouted from the boost box. Now Flusha slides back into CT spawn. We'll work out the other side of that, watching mid. Some damage has gone in. I mean, even the Deagles can tag for the Scout. Like, that's why the Deagles and the Scout combination is so
they
strong.
Push tunnels and get a kill as well, though, on Rain, and that's not even the low health
that was
player.
100
Dennis,
HP player.
Yeah, exactly. So Dennis is still up on 27 HP, and it's a King went up on a man advantage. Now, Flusha is low, yes, but he's playing like really smart positions to kind of negate that, like playing angles and then the way that he's moving around to try to avoid just getting hit and just try to get another assistant. And now we are going to see Mousesports just try to go for a cat crossing to the A side. Can they do it here?
This is when the terrorists really start to sweat. You're getting picked apart. You're dying. Makalele's now got a kill. Dennis is still in Goose here. Flash is out, trying to find a kill on the next, lighting them up. Does get a headshot though. Yeah, that was Dennis hitting a headshot. Rain with another one, and now Rain there on the catwalk coming in with a 3K. And I kind of expected Rain, you know, with the 5-7, you got the Scout doing damage, tagging people, the Deagles doing damage, tagging people up, that Rain would just capitalize, have a big round, but he didn't even need the supplemental damage. Like, he finds his first kill on a 100 HP opponent, flanks Cat, and then
but, I mean, the other
confusion.
The other big thing there is like that Deagle on Goose. I mean, when you have this guy rotating CT spawn up the slope and everyone on Cat's trying to kill him, I mean, the Goose player just comes out, gets like a bunch of damage on one player, gets a headshot on another player, Cat, and that guy like just continues on. So it's just like this big chain reaction Dennis. Where at each moment in the round, someone was just giving Mousesports a lot of trouble, and now they're stuck saving this round, and Kinguin has a great chance to put up the 14 rounds.
Oh, Nade flying through. Looks like the game went down, so we'll radio broadcast for a little bit. And Nade going through a smoke on Catwalk, taking Dennis and Nico down into the 20s and 30s here. Oh, I felt like a weatherman there for a second. Makalele. I wanted to be a weatherman at one point, don't you know? Makalele going to hit a headshot onto Gob B Rain as well. And, well, that's pretty much the round. A chance of bloodshed here. It's about 100% chance of bloodshed here in CT spawn. And that's everyone on Kinguin surviving, building that money, not allowing Mousesports to climb up any more steps on this comeback.
Yeah, this is getting a bit rough here. I mean, Mousesports have to try to force up what they can here with Tech 9s and some upgraded pistols. They try to contest Kinguin going for map point, but it's just not looking good. I mean, that's one round in the first half and one in the second half was just critical where Kinguin won with a bunch of Deagles. I mean, that's just something that Mousesports can't allow to happen, and it happened twice this game. Little things like that, on top of a couple of mistakes on the CT side, just really allowed Kinguin to just stomp over them. I mean, this is looking really rough here. Not what I expected to see.
Same. Well, I mean, I would have expected Gamers 2 to maybe be leading, but probably not by 10 rounds here on Dust 2. Cash was maybe about what you would expect, right? That one ended up getting pretty close towards the end of it. Flusha once again with that Scout, trying to tag these players as they come up long. Chris J with the Scout of his own. But Dennis is ruining all the fun with the AK. Peeks out, sprays down 2. Flusha hits a jumping shot. And Rain is there for another 2 and actually a 3rd kill on the round for himself.
Yeah, so now Kinguin at map point, and in fact match point. And as you noted, this is one pretty big game in the European division. I mean, we know that Navi and Virtus Pro got direct invites to our land because they were the 2 finalists from our last event. But there's still 3 more European slots up for grabs, and teams like Mousesports and Kinguin were certainly in the mix, as well as teams like Titan. I believe like Hellraisers is in that mix as well. Dignitas also. So I mean, there's several teams in the hunt here, and this was an important match for Mousesports to win to have a chance to have an edge over Kinguin when it comes to the standings. But that's been all but the case here, as just Kinguin are chugging along quite nicely here as they're about to close this game out, unless Mousesports can come up with something big, but they've already lost a player quite early in the round.
They're chugging along quite nicely, and they weren't even allowed to pick train. Look at that. Fox and Dennis finding 2 kills in middle. Gob B will retaliate. He'll like to bring down Flusha and get Dennis as he tries to peek B. Very, very aggressive. I mean, Mousesports, most of their game here has just been dealing with this aggression coming out from Gamers 2 and Kinguin, and there it is in the books. What was the first map? I think it was 16-10, maybe 16-11, but this one is just a landslide victory. Kinguin getting 16 to Mousesports 4 rounds. And honestly, Gamers 2 Kinguin went a little bit like almost on tilt, just like pure aggression, BM play in a couple rounds. Like, it could have been even worse.
Yeah. Yeah, that was just tough for Mousesports. I mean, Cash was pretty competitive, but when you look at this particular map, I mean, only getting 3 rounds on the CT side, you know, just getting constantly abused at mid to B, that was really big throughout that entire game. They just couldn't really get much going. Like Next, normally one of their star players on the CT side, only with 5 frags overall for the entire game. That's certainly not a good position to be in there. And then Mousesports getting ecoed on that second round of the second half with that Deagle buy where Kinguin just was able to secure it. There was another Deagle round as well in the first half that happened on Terra's side from Kinguin that was also pretty massive. So just a couple of like really key rounds there lost by Mousesports really just set them up to have a really tough time. But we're not done for the day. We actually do have another match starting off in about 30 minutes. We have Mousesports playing again. This time it'll be up against Team Property, where I think they should have a much better chance at a victory there.
We'll get to see the. We saw the first. Actually, no. In the next match, all three of the professional Bosnian players will be in that match with Kaboom, I think Benji, and Nico, of course, being number one. That'll be sick.
So, I mean, it should be a pretty cool matchup. Like I said, I think Mousesports is going to be favored a bit more on that one. I thought they had a good chance to beat Kinguin today, or at least tie up the series, but not the case. But I think they should be able to handle business against Property. Then, of course, later on tonight, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern time, we do have some NA stuff going on as well. So definitely still a lot of CS to be played here today, but we are going to take about a 30-minute break while we set up for the next game. So definitely come on back, like I said, in about 30 minutes at 4:15 p.m. Eastern time, and we'll have another game for you.
Next time. See you then.